Shalom, shalom, shalom to the family. You know, it's a little different today. It's your boy Lahat, okay, Officer Lahat, fresh from the block, bringing you another couch captivity. Uh, we're gonna bring a little different flavor, This is the energy of Long Beach, I like to call myself, man. So we're gonna be getting in today, double-minded it, right? Being double-minded. A lot of our people are double-minded and really don't understand how that causes instability and a lot of other things they do, right? So, before we start, we're just gonna go ahead and salute in and we're gonna get straight to it, all right? We want to say, call all Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. That's all praises to the Most High God and His only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. We're gonna get into this couch captivity, and hope you guys have a lot of fun and learn a lot, and be more stable minded after we finish what we're doing today, right? Let's go ahead and we're gonna start off with that clip. I got a clip for y'all that kind of shows how our people are double minded, right? Before you play it, I just want to give people a little insight of what's going on, right? We about to show you a clip from rest in peace Kevin Samuels, right, where he's talking to a lady about her believing in God or not, right? And it's not necessarily about her believing in God, but it's more so about like what God she believes in, right? That uncertainty, that doubt, right? She starts saying she gonna pray to everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, who you gonna pray to? You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna bring that up, let y'all look at that, and then we're gonna go get into the scriptures and talk more about it. You trying to find it?
Yeah, it's in my history.
Is it in the? It's not in the thing I sent you.
The one you sent me was the TikTok one. You want to use that?
Yeah, you can use that.
I don't think I can play that on YouTube.
No, damn.
Shoot.
It was from YouTube, but it had TikTok on.
All right, let me pull that one up.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
All right.
I can't hear nothing.
All right.
It played.
Playing it now.
It went through it. We can hear it.
You just said you weren't even a Christian. Pray to who?
Pray to.
You just said you weren't even a Christian. Pray to who?
Pray to God and my ancestors and everybody. And
Hold on, but you're not a Christian.
Oh,
No, stop. I asked if you were a Christian. You said no. So pray to who?
Right? Now, listen to what's being said, right? He said, I thought you don't believe in God. Pray to who, right? And she's like, pray to God, Jesus, my ancestors, right? It's like, who in the hell are you praying to? Right? Like, your ancestors, like, I imagine like a bunch of ancestors is just like, who the hell she talking? What are you gonna do? You gonna pray to people who died, who prayed to someone else? What ancestor are you praying to? Right? Translation, she just praying to somebody that ain't here, right? Start that over up.
You just said you weren't even a Christian. Pray to who?
Pray to God and my ancestors and everybody. And
Hold on, but you're not a Christian.
And everybody. She's about to say everybody.
I think you're a Christian. You said no. So pray to who?
Pause.
God,
Which God? Which God?
Right? Now, last week we had a class on which God do you believe in, right? And today we're doing a class on being double-minded and unstable, right? Now, when you look up the word double-minded, it's going to say doubtful, uncertainty, right? And so now that's why you see her talking about all these different entities that she prayed to, including her ancestors. She's almost said everybody, right? And then on top of that, he not reevaluated, but he asked the question again to give her a chance to listen to what he's asking, right? And if you notice, the sister she never thought about what God she served, right? She never thought about that, right? Go ahead and give me that in James 1:8, Brother Show.
This is the book of James, chapter 1 and verse 8. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
Right? A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, right? This goes for men and women. Right? That double-mindedness, that uncertainty, that doubt, right? One day she's probably praying to the ancestors, or one particular situation she's praying to her ancestors. Another situation she's praying to God, and another situation she's praying to whatever else she believes in, right? She has, if you listen to her, she has this mix of Egyptology and the Bible in there, right? Because we know we're not praying to another man, right? We know we're not praying to our ancestors in the context that she's speaking in, right? We don't do that, you know? You guys know God is a God. You know, at one time, the Most High buried Moses because he was afraid the people was going to worship Moses. You know what I'm saying? So for all you people in the truth, right? All you men and you women in there, you guys have to look deep inside yourself and understand that being double-minded creates instability in everything that you do. If a woman is halfway into this truth, and if a man is halfway into this truth, that spills out, right? It spills out into the other things that you do. How do you determine if you're going to a birthday party or not? When you going? Under what circumstances, right? We don't know that. Go ahead on the that was it on the clip. Yeah. Go ahead and read that again for me, Baba Kashad.
This is the book of James, chapter 1 and verse 8. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
Right? And here's a particular situation. I'll use myself, right? Where my double-mindedness could create instability, right? I'm from a different area, different part of the neighborhood, right? And we have brothers in this truth. We have brothers who have come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments who come from other parts of neighborhoods that we didn't necessarily see eye to eye. If I had any double-mindedness in there, if I was uncertain, right, about what I'm going to do and how I'm going to move, if I never make that pivot, right, you wouldn't see me here today as Officer Lahat. You wouldn't see me up here teaching this class. I probably wouldn't be in SICARII. I could never love the brothers truly, right, without any type of biasness, right? And by me, when these brothers come in, when these brothers get around, by me being able to make that pivot, or shown these brothers that I have made that pivot, and I don't care about none of that stuff no more. It's about them being here, no matter where they come from and what background, right? That can also help the other brothers feel comfortable, right? I'll give you a prime example. You know, the same situation that I'm talking about, right? And the same brother have given me money to help me with bills. Has given me his clothes. I mean, had bought me clothes when I got robbed, or when when I left my car open and they robbed me. You know what I'm saying? That's that. I know it's a contradiction, but we just go take it as that. All right. So you think that would happen if I'm sitting up here set tripping, talking about, you know, this and that? No, man. That type of stuff is not going to happen, right? We have to be able to get to a place where you're not doubting this truth. You're not doubting serving the Most High, right? You're not doubting these laws, statutes, and commandments, right? My double-mindedness told me to love my brother. You know what I'm saying? And even then, right, I would have other brothers. Let's just say, for instance, if that brother, let's say I do have the instability that's there, right? I would hear brothers say, you know, I love my people, right? And then it's like, how can you love your people if you're willing to kill someone, a fellow tribesman, a kindred, right, for nothing because of some street, right? Or because of some situation that does not cause for death, right? My double-mindedness tells me that I gotta love that brother. I mean, my laws and statutes and commandments tell me I gotta love that brother. So there is no double-mindedness for me. There is no worrying about who's from this, who's from that, where did they come from, right? I already have my foundation. I already have that set in stone. So I understand that that stuff doesn't matter no more. So I'm able to pivot differently and love that brother, right? And all my brothers. Go ahead and go to Titus 2 and 6 for me, brother. Shot. What's that? Oh, go back to it. Listen, I know a lot of brothers and sisters, you know, didn't agree with Kevin Samuels and stuff like that. You know, what I picked up from the show, what I learned from the show was we really don't communicate with each other.
Yes.
You know, men and women really didn't take the time courting each other, you know, but that's another topic for another day, right? But that's what I took from this show, right? What we got here?
I'm gonna play it again.
All right. Holster interfered on the show.
You just said you weren't even a Christian. Pray to who?
Pray to God and my ancestors and everybody. And
Hold on, but you're
Well,
not a
we don't have to
Christian.
get-
Which
we don't
God?
have to
No,
get-
stop. I asked if you're a Christian. You said no. So pray to who?
Look.
God,
Which God? What God?
the universe, the whole collective that we are, that we exist.
Right? Go ahead. That's it on that, right? That's the instability. Did you see that unstableness? Like, man, what? She looked in her head. She couldn't find a chromosome, right? She was trying to figure it out. Like, well, pray, right? Things become confusing, man, and that's because we're not coming from a sound mind, man. That's why we tell brothers and sisters when they get in this truth, man, there's not a spirit of fear, but sound mind. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have that sound mind, right, it's so easy to get caught up like that and walk through life like that. I give all praises to the Most High God that He brought me into this truth and gave me some sense of peace, gave me a linear path, right? My morals aren't conflicting. What to do in the morning, wake up, how to handle certain situations. I'm not conflicted in that, right? I have my rules. I have my understanding that the Most High gave me, right? That leads me down a path to figure things out, to become sound, right? Go ahead and read that, Baba Kashaf.
Okay. This is the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 1 and verse 7. For God hath not given us the spirit of fear,
right?
But of power, and of love,
and of love,
and of a sound mind.
And of a sound mind. You know what I'm saying? That power that we got is through Him. That love is those laws, statutes, and commandments, right? That sound mind is knowing those laws, statutes, and commandments. How to move in that, man, right? You don't have to worry about if you should steal from your brother. I know you should not steal from your brother. There is no situation that says that I can steal from my brother, right? In the world, I used to talk to brothers, and you would talk to one brother, and he would say, "I would sleep with a dude's wife, right? But I'm not gonna sleep with my homeboy wife, right?" And then in that same instance, he would say he loved his people. Well, how do you love your people if you that doesn't make sense? If you, how you gonna love your people if you gonna sleep with your brother's wife, right? But your homeboy, right, who's also your brother, right? Because you have a closer relationship with him, you're not going to sleep with his wife. But at the same time, you're okay to sleep with somebody else's wife that's your brother, but then go around and say black power, or you got love for black people, Hispanics and Native Americans. It's a whole contradiction. It doesn't make sense. It creates instability. That's why, hey, listen, that's why we have this, right? The first thing you see imagine you see somebody walking on a tightrope, right? And they start trembling and getting unstable. First thing you saying is, I don't think they're going to make it. I don't think they're going to make it. That's what your mind goes through when you have that instability, right? Go ahead. Bring that out again, Baba Kashaf.
Come. This is the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 1 and verse 7. For God hath not given us the spirit of fear,
right?
But of power,
right?
And of love.
And of love.
And of a sound mind.
And of a sound mind. A sound mind helps us get rid of all this instability, man. Trying to figure out what to do and what not to do. Right? Give me Titus 2 and 6, Baba Kashaf. Right? Because there's a lot of things that our people don't understand, that once you get into knowing that you're an Israelite, right, that's when the trouble really comes. That's when the trouble really starts. Listen, from my personal experience and from a lot of other people's personal experience, right, the demon and the temptation really jumps on you when you really start putting the effort to keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. The not eating pork, the wearing my fringes, my tassels, right? It's all a game. You know what I'm saying? To these people. They see something and they say, oh, you know what? He's wearing a skirt. Now, if I was double-minded, right? If I was uncertain in this truth, if I wasn't all the way in, right? I would try to not wear fringes because people are saying it looks like a skirt. First off, lastly, let me tell you, I'm the last one you want to start talking about. All right? Because I get in the bag. You know what I'm saying? I'll get in the bag and it will get nasty, okay? That's the gift from the Most High to me that I have. You know what I'm saying? I will start. It will go bad. All right. It will get ugly. You know what I'm saying? But I have had the most peace since I've been in this truth, man. As far as my mind, right, and being sound. Give me that 1 Peter 5 and 8 about the shot, right? Because a lot of us are doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and a little bit of this. You know who you are. I ain't got to talk to you. I ain't got to say your name. You know, I don't even know your name, but I know it's out there, right? You have to take those cubes and you got to make one cube, man. You gotta put that one cube there and only deal with that one cube, and that's these laws, statutes, and commandments. Go ahead.
This is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 5 and verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about.
Right? When the lion is walking around on a pride, everybody here. He's giving out that, when he's roaring, he's giving out that, I know it's a little, my roar is a little country, all right? It come out sometimes, all right? He's letting everybody know, hey, listen, I'm out here, man. Right, go ahead.
Seeking whom he may devour.
Right? Seeking whom he may devour. That's why the Most High told us, don't eat from that tree, right? Don't eat from those fruits. That other doctrine and stuff like that, right? Once you start getting into those other things and you start letting those convolute your thoughts, right? And make the decisions for how you're going to not lose your life, live your life, Salakia, it's a wrap. It's a wrap, right? That's why we tell brothers. That's why the scripture says, uh, 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 take the bones. I mean, spit out the bones. You know what I'm saying? Because what we're doing here, right, is we're trying to create a foundation for ourselves where we're not guessing, where there's no convolution in what we're doing. All of these brothers in here, right? All 150 of these brothers in this class right now, ready to watch Lahat, man. Ready for me to bring this lesson out. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Hey, they waiting for me, man. You know? They want to hear this stuff. You know? Bring that out again, Baba Kashab.
This is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 5 and verse 8.
And then go to Titus after that.
Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about,
right?
Seeking whom he may devour.
Right? Seeking whom he may devour. Right? And look, when your enemy attacks you, when the adversary comes for you, he's not coming for your physical. He's coming for your mental. Right? The Bible wants us to focus on so much of our mindset. You know what I'm saying? We got a question?
You go. Say what up.
Who's that?
You go.
Oh, what's good, you go? What's good, King? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I'm here. You know, they said I'd never make it. You know what I mean? Here I am, man. Live on TV. You know what I'm saying? Live on TV. You know? But yeah, man, they're attacking your mind, right? The only way they've ever attacked the Black, Hispanic, and Native American man, everything they have done to us is to get to our mind. To where now, it's just, we just coasting in wickedness, right? We just coasted in wickedness, right? Your favorite rappers would be some of the most immoral people on the earth, according to the walk that we in now, right? I used to love listening to Future. You know what I'm saying? But I can't sit up there and start regurgitating lyrics that's talking about sleeping with another man's wife and some Gucci flip-flops. You know what I'm saying? I don't even have Gucci flip-flops. You know? It's crazy, man. Give me that in Titus Barbershop.
This is the book of Titus, chapter 2 and verse 6. Young men, likewise exhort to be sober-minded.
Right? Young men. Right? Because the woman is going to follow the men. Right? If the men are doing what they supposed to, the women naturally do what they supposed to. Right? Theoretically. And you have to keep doing what you're supposed to. It's not supposed to be all in one shot. Right? Go ahead.
God. Verse 7. In all things, showing thyself a pattern of good works.
Showing us yourself a pattern of good works, right? This is to deter from whether or not you should be doing something bad. Right? It says strive for good works, man. You ain't got to worry about if you should be doing something evil or something like that. You know, it could cross your mind, it could run across your mind. But at the end of the day, the action needs to be put in check, right? The battle starts in your head, man. The battle starts in your head. You think I don't go to the grocery store? You think I don't go, to Rite Aid, or I go get something to eat and I'll run into a brother, right, who is not favorable towards me, right?
That part.
Come on. All of those things run through my head like, ooh, he open right now. I got 3 swings, free ones right now. You know what I'm saying? Oh, let me catch him while he going with his food. You know, those things run through my mind. But at the end of the day, my action, right? Also those things that run through my mind too. Is the scriptures, right? those are ultimately the things that dictate my action. Right? Go ahead.
God. In all things, showing thyself a pattern of good works. In doctrine, showing uncorruptness.
Uncorruptness. Right? Uncorruptness. That listen, I don't want to use this sister as a primary example for my class today, but it was just an example of what I see. And that's not just from her, that's from a lot of our people. I could have put a man up there, I could have put a woman up there. It didn't matter. Right? This is not to get on the women, but to get on Israelites as a whole. And when I say Israelites, it's the Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. I'm talking to all, man, woman, right? And children for those that can comprehend. Right? You know what? How many viewers we got right now? Yeah, we had 99,000. You know what I'm saying? It might show 13, 14. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, y'all believe what y'all want to, man. All right? Go ahead. What's up, man?
Yeah. In doctrine, showing uncorruptness, gravity, sincerity.
Yeah, look up that word gravity, Baba Kashab. You know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of people look at that word and they say, yo, what's going on with gravity? You know what I'm saying? Is he supposed to float? You know? You know? Go ahead, Baba Kashab.
God,
you can get it in the strong. If you want to get the straight and get on your phone, Salakia, it's up to you.
It's a Strong's G 4587. Simno. Sinotes.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now, those are his reading glasses.
Right. Strong's G 4587. Semnates. Strong's G 4587. Semnates.
All right, they got it. All right. So you said Semnotes?
Yeah, I said Semnotes.
That explanation had no taste. Let's go ahead. All right. So what's the outline of biblical usage? The boy crazy, man. You know what I'm saying?
The characteristic of a thing or person which entitles to reverence and respect, dignity, majesty, sanctity, honor, purity.
Okay. You see that? Honor, purity, right? The characteristics of a thing, right? Reverence, honor, right? The gravity, right? Go back up, Baba Kishar. Go ahead. You can go back down, Slaki. What that explanation say? The characteristic of a person or a thing which entitles to reverence or respect, right? That's the thing, man. So when we have double-mindedness, right? When we're uncertain in who we believe in, right? And your moral values, when you have that uncertainty, you're going to be unstable in all your ways. Nothing, right? Take that sister for prime example. She doesn't have a moral compass of moral guidance firm to stick to, right? Because if she's with the conscious community, right? They're going to have a different outlook than what the Bible says. So now she's going through life, right? And she's not sticking to her pattern. She's not sticking to these laws, statutes, and commandments, right? Our heritage, what Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans need to be following, right? She's not doing that. That unstableness has seeped into her love life, right? And now she has a whole different idea of how she wants to, become one. It's like literally the epitome of our people today. It's the plight of our people. It's the reason why we can't get along. Because everybody else, you can line up 10 different dudes, right? And you can ask 10 different men, is it okay to sleep with another man's wife? Is it okay to steal from somebody? Or is it okay to murder somebody? And they all gonna have different answers. Collectively as a group, they're not gonna have one answer at the very least. But listen, you can come around the whole SICARII camp right? You can catch us on Passover, right? And you can put us all in a group. And you can ask us, should you sleep with another man's wife? And you're going to hear a roaring no. Never. You gotta, what's happening?
I want to give a shout out to the new soldier in the chat.
Who that?
Jacob Gonzalez.
Oh, Jacob Gonzalez, yeah, the new soldier, man. Hey, welcome aboard out of Riverside. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be there soon to whip y'all boys into shape. Oh. You understand? You understand?
Hey, and the chat hear that cat trying to get in precepts, man.
You know, listen, man, the cat in the background it's an Edomite. All right, it got a lot of stuff to do before it get to come out and roam around. All right, you know what I'm saying? That's a joke, man. Peter, y'all stay at home. All right, stay at home. You still using that VPN? All right, you know, but yeah, man, it creates a lot of unstableness. We have that in our community. You know what was so hard about being on the block? What was so hard about being on there is you didn't know who agreed with you. You had to go find your like-minded person, just like in this world, right? The friends you get with, you have to find them, and there's not even no trial or anything like that to prove that y'all on the same page. I tell people now, listen, man, if I got a friend, if I got a brother, I got to be able to look in the mirror and see myself. I got to be able to look at him and see myself. Right? That can't happen in the world. It's not even strived for in the world. I'm going to be me, bro. That's what I do, bro. If you don't like me sleeping with brothers' wives, then keep your wife away from me. You know what I'm saying? That's how y'all act, bro. That's just how we act. Right? You know what I'm saying?
Bring it.
Bro, I didn't see brothers get murdered because they just don't want to be around a brother no more. You know what I'm saying? Because they're conflicted on if they're gonna see me like a buster, or if he gonna get away with something now, or you know, I'm a weenie. Some other people's gonna try me. Right? And even with women, right? The double-mindedness. Our double-mindedness can lead to like non-practical thinking, right? One of the things we say in this truth is that in the Bible you could have, according to the law, statutes, and commandments, according to the Bible, right? We're supposed to multiply and be fruitful, right? According to, you know, the prophets and what we read through the Bible, you can have multiple wives, right? Our women are so unstable and double-minded with that the first thing they say is, why can't I have multiple husbands? Right. They didn't even think about who the daddy is. Right? They didn't even think about how does that work? Right? They didn't think about none of that. Go ahead, bring it out.
This is the book of SICARII, chapter 23. I'm going to start from verse 22.
Mm-hmm.
Thus shall it go also with the wife that leaveth her husband, and bringeth in an heir by another.
Right? And bring in an heir by another, right? That's a son, right? Or a child.
For first she hath disobeyed the law of the Most High.
Right? She have disobeyed the law of the Most High. Right? That's adultery. A woman can't sleep with another man when she's married. Right? Go ahead.
And secondly, she hath trespassed against her own husband.
Right? She has trespassed against her own husband. Right? And she went out there and got her. Go ahead.
And thirdly, she hath played the whore in adultery and brought children by another man.
Right? She played the whore. Right? And she brought children by another man. We see in our society that these things cause men to go insane, to where somebody got to go. You know what? I didn't see cases where you're like, you know what? Forget it. We all going. We all going. You know what I'm saying? I'll see you in hell. Like, it's crazy, man. There's a reason why this is set up. Right? Go ahead. That's it on that. Con. You know what I'm saying?
Remember, SARS brought up, if one man have multiple wives,
Yeah.
you know who the baby daddy
Yeah, you know who the baby is.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to worry about none of that. You look, you good to go. She good to go. She know everything. And guess what? Those other women is gonna help raise that child, right? So, oh, you know what? The baby kept you all night. It's Tamika's turn. I couldn't think of a Hebrew name or one that was like not used already. You know what I'm saying? You know, these are tears of joy. I make myself cry through laughter sometimes. Okay, if anybody has HD 1080 and they're watching this right now, that's what this is, right? But it's going back to being sober-minded, right? To understand what we're doing out here, to understand why we keep telling you to come to these laws, statutes, and commandments, right? Go ahead and give me that in Titus 2 and 6 about Shah one more time. There was one point I wanted to make on there that I just thought about.
This is the book of Titus.
And again, John 14.
Chapter 2 and verse 6. Young men likewise exhort to be sober-minded.
So, like, I want you to get in a different translation, Baba Kasha, right? Because it kind of expounds a little bit more. You could try the NLT. No. Let's see. All right, that's fine. It really doesn't. Go down some more. That's it, right? Okay, they're all at the top. Yeah, do the ESV.
God. This is the book of Titus, chapter 2 and verse 6 out of the ESV. Likewise, urge the younger men to be self-controlled.
Right? Now, this is another thing, right, that we struggle with, right? Is having that self-control on when we should have it and how we should have it. You know what I'm saying? Quick up. If I slap you in the head right now, what should you do?
What should I do?
Yeah, according to the Bible, if I just slap you in the head, your glasses fall off, you know what I'm saying? And what should you do?
I should turn the other cheek.
You should turn the other cheek, right? He better than me. You know what I'm saying? He better than me. Because I'm going to tell you right now, listen, whatever happens next is the Most High will. You know? Whatever happens next is the Most High will. You know what I'm saying? Listen. I don't know why he said turn the other cheek.
He said what I should.
You know what I'm saying? You know, he thought that's his only option. Was to turn the other cheek. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll tell you right now, right? If I slap some other brothers here in the head, they gonna look for a different Bible verse. You know what I'm saying? Something that involves sword strokes. You know what I'm saying? Pause. You know? Pause for all you fanatics out there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Pause.
You know, that's it. It's all good. You know? But it's pretty much what, listen, that brother is going to a different scripture to justify his action. He's going to turn the other cheek and say, slap the hell out of this one. Right? For me, man, you know, it's going to be some sore strokes going around. Pause. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be some sore strokes going around. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to ask what the hell is wrong with you. And the first 3 words that come out of his mouth is going to be contentious towards me. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what nobody say. Right? It's going to be contentious towards me, man. But you know, that's a little fun like that, right? I never put my hands on any of these brothers. You know what I'm saying? Because my sober mindedness, right? And when we say sober minded, we're speaking specifically in doctrine, right? That's what we're speaking specifically in, right? I don't want someone putting it in the chat, but you got to drink during Passover, or you stay sober. And it's like, look, read the Bible, all right? Read the Bible. Somebody got something?
Just reiterating,
you know
self-control.
Yeah. You know, that self-control, man. That self-control is what we talk about, right? Listen, I can't have more than 2 shots. So what I stay at? 3. Nah, I go 2 shots, bro. Brothers will tell you right now, they don't listen. Listen, when I'm drinking, it's 3/4 Coca-Cola, right? And the other fourth is coming from alcohol. You know what I'm saying? That sound in the back is we trying to get some, just getting a little air in here, I can see somebody in the chat already said, is the cat opening up the window? No. All right. Just to let y'all know. Right? But this is what it is, man. This is what it is, man. I have never been so my decision making has never been so precise, right? And so quick before I got into this truth. Right? And on point. Right? Like our people don't have a moral guideline to turn to during their times of stress. Right? The Christian church is telling you to go pray, right? And then go catch a body and come back and pray. Right? That's what they teaching you. The Christian church is telling you, hey, listen, brother, pay your tithes, come down here. We got this holy water. You know what I'm saying? We need some more Johnson & Johnson baby oil. Right? Come get anointed. Come testify. Listen, when I was in the church, no lie, I seen a brother testify about being delivered from the same thing like 5 Sundays in a row. 5 Sundays in a row. He kept standing up. Hey, yo, like I remember this like it's yesterday, right? Hey, listen, Pastor, I'm in the streets, but I love my people. I love God. I just don't know what to do. I keep hurting my people, but I love all of y'all. I don't want to hurt y'all, and I never hurt y'all. Right? That was the same testimony every week. Listen, the pastor never told that, hey, listen, brother, you gotta like change up or something. What you gonna do? Right? He just kept telling that brother, hey, listen, man, keep coming here. This is where how you gonna tell that brother to keep coming to church? And church is only 1 time a week. Right? It's about the self-control, right? Why are you not teaching that brother our self-control comes through the law, statutes, and commandments, and the wisdom, and the proverbs. They're not teaching that in the church, right? You didn't hear, it was so much I didn't hear about. If I would have heard a lot of this stuff, I would have not been unstable, right? And double-minded growing up. Right? I didn't know what I wanted to do growing up. I didn't know how to react, right? It was a little bit of do good and it was a little bit of do bad. Right? You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is, man. And we got to switch it up, right? I want to go to Give Me Love real quick, Bubba Show. You know what I'm saying? I want to show y'all something, right? Yeah, you go to John.
1 John.
Yeah, Bubba Show. Right? I want to show y'all something real quick, right? And then we go get something else in a minute. Let me know when you got it out.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 5, and verse 2. By this we know that we love the children of God.
Right? By this we know we love the children of God, right? A lot of y'all are familiar with this Bible scripture, right? But this Bible scripture right here really changed my mindset. It really helped me pivot, right? This is why I'm bringing it out. It's such a simple verse, that's so impactful, right, to me specific, and hopefully a lot of you other brothers and sisters out there as well, right? Go ahead.
By this we know we love the children of God, when we love God and keep his commandments.
When we love God and keep his commandments, right? But it said when you love the children of God, right? So now I'm thinking this is the pivot. I can't say I love my brothers, right, in this truth, and I'm still doubting, right? And I'm still carrying over things that don't apply to me being able to stay stable, right? I can't, there's no way to do that. So when I understood this, that love was keeping the commandments and loving your people was keeping the commandments, I can truly say that I love my people because they don't never have to worry about me stealing from them, committing adultery against them, right? Murdering somebody, right? They don't never have to worry about these things. Turning you down if I got a means to help you get some food and you don't have, I'm going to look out for you. The hardest thing in this world, I tell you, is asking for help and getting it. Because people don't know whether they should help you or not. They don't have their moral compass says, I help who I want to. Right? Go ahead. What'd you say?
Precept.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 22 and verse 39. And second is like unto it.
37. Start at 37.
Verse 37. Jesus said unto him, thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart.
Right? With all thy heart, right? La'ab in the Hebrew, right? It's the mind, right? Go ahead.
And with all thy soul.
And with all thy soul, right?
And with all thy mind.
And with all thy mind, to reiterate.
This is the first and great commandment.
That's the first and great commandment. Like things don't get more polarizing than that, right? The understanding, like the light switch should click on at that point on whether or not, if you're still worrying about how you should treat your people, right? If you're worrying about which person to love and which person not to love. It should help you get rid of that. Listen, I'm in a household where I'm the only one in the truth. Right? There's plenty times for me to get double-minded. Right? I got a 2-year-old and a 7-year-old. Right? Their relatives are not in the truth. So birthdays and these other pagan and not other pagan, but in pagan holidays, right? Called the birthday of pagan holiday if you want to. Right? It was created by the Egyptians, right? But they are aware. My 7-year-old is aware of these things, right? And she's like, Daddy, you come to my birthday party? And I got to say no, right? Nah, baby, I ain't going to be there. I'm going to be playing Madden. It's what it is. It is. I got to get out of here. I can't do it. Right? And she's not going to understand it now. But what about when she gets older and she's able to grasp that understanding like it should be grasped? Okay. She's going to have a recollection. Oh, my dad didn't celebrate these holidays. He didn't celebrate my birthday. But that didn't mean he couldn't take me to the park. That didn't mean he couldn't buy me things. That didn't mean we couldn't go special places. Right? A lot of us in the world will just rather choose one day to tell your mom you love her, to give her some gifts. A lot of brothers out there still have their mom. The way the cards is dealt for me, no grandfather, no grandmother, no auntie, no mom, no dad. Those are the 6 people I grew up with. I have none of them now. It's just me. So I have to be rooted and grounded. You know, these are the way my cards are set up. This is the way it's dealt for me. And although I love my children to death, I cannot trespass against the Most High for them.
Right? Bring that up.
Right? The reason why class is starting so late tonight is because my family was celebrating a birthday party. They were celebrating a birthday. Guess what I did? I kept the kids until they finished doing what they did. Then I went and dropped my kids off to my rib. I met her somewhere. There's not a wondering if, oh, you know what? Should I do class? Should I get early to class and just drop her off? For what? Now my family is going to look at me as though, oh, you can't eat Thanksgiving, but you could bring her to the birthday party? How that work? What I got? Then you know in Christians, right? You know with Christians, they can't wait for you to go off. Yeah, you know you're right. I told you the devil's a lie. I told you. Christ came for everybody. He loved the world. It's all about being sober-minded, man. Right? And once again, when I say sober-minded, we're talking about in doctrine. And today is especially for the Israelites. Especially the ones who know that they're Israelites. All of you who are watching, right, where we at now? 75? All right, okay, we lost 25,000. All right, look. For all you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? You come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments because it'll create stability in our mindset. We can't build as a community if one brother's thinking he needs to get his own money and everybody else, and everybody else, and then there's another brother saying, hey, let's all have $300,000 in the bank. But no, we always got that one person who want to say, I need like $2 million. I need like $2 million. Nigga don't even know what he gonna spend it on, right? And niggas need money to spend. They don't need money to provide. They don't need money to sustain or to build. They just wanted to spend. To do what? To floss on other Israelites. To come and show you, you know, you got them brothers cross their legs, show their shoes. You know what I'm saying? We ain't saying no names. We ain't saying no I'm saying? I love my people. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but listen, man. You know. Sign the hot cash app. You know. But yeah, man. You know. It's really all about that for us. You know, if we understood the goal was to build with each other, right? Then this captivity wouldn't be so harsh, right? The cat is everywhere. It's a black cat. A big black cat. A new moon cat. You know what I'm saying? He's just everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I think it's gelatin in the cat food. I don't know. You know? But yeah, man. It would be so much easier to build together. This captivity wouldn't be so harsh. Right? Our people will have somewhere to turn to. This is all the examples that we have exhibited over the years. Right? But our people are terrified of seeing another brother succeed. But in the same breath, say you love your people. Right? Listen, man. it's a rough day. You know what I'm saying? It's a rough day. You know, the cat is everywhere, man. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Let's get this in some translations to go with what you were saying.
Yeah, let's get into this, man. You know, did you get John 14 and 6 for me?
I got that one queued up.
John 14 and 6?
On
Where? Oh, it's right here.
Kodak on Matthew.
That was on I was gonna say that for a girl, but we already passed her.
On Matthew 22. Do some translations, but you didn't finish.
Yeah, Slacky. Yeah, you
Yeah.
didn't finish that. I don't know what we got rudely interrupted by like some folly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 39.
Yeah, we was on
39.
You can start back at 37 and read.
That part. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 37. Jesus said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment. And the second is like unto it.
And the second is like unto it, right? It's a reiteration of the first law, right? To furthermore clarify what you should be doing, right? Go ahead.
Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
And that's, you don't have to think about, you don't have to doubt how you should love your brother, love your sister, right? You don't have to doubt that. You love them as you love thyself. If you ain't got no clothes and you're able to put on clothes, as crazy as that sounds, right? You know, you would want to do the same for your brother. If they ain't got no clothes and you got clothes to give them, you give that brother your clothes, right? Because you would love yourself that way, right? Go ahead.
Verse 40. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets.
Right? On these two commandments.
Let's get the translation.
Right? So let's get that in a different translation, right? Just so y'all don't think there's only two commandments, right? Go ahead. Okay.
Matthew 22 and 40 in the NLT. The entire law.
The entire law, right? Where we find out first 5 books, right? Go ahead.
And all the demands of the prophets.
All the demands of the prophets, right? So you got to remember, Christ said that commit adultery, right? So just in case for that random person saying, I didn't see adultery up there, right? It says all the demands of the prophets. Anything a prophet demanded you to do, right? Specifically Yahweh Shah, right? Moses because he had the law, right? And the other prophets because they were going from the law. It's all cohesive. They're all on one mind, right? Or eventually get to it, right? So there is no convoluting, there is no confusion. That's why we could say Christ was quoting from the Old Testament, right? We can say that. Go ahead.
Are based on these two commandments.
Are based on these two commandments, right? It's from the foundation, right? Everything in our commandments, right? I don't want to say everything, but everything is based, right, off love, because love is keeping the commandments.
Bring that up.
That's all it is. It's not about your own interpretation, right? You can line up 10 different people and ask them what's love and get 10 different answers. You know what I'm saying? You could do that. But when you line us up, right? When you line the group of brothers that I'm with here in SICARII, and they say what's love, it's keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. I ain't gotta say it's not stealing from you, it's not committing adultery against you, it's wearing fringes. I don't gotta say that. say all that. You know what I'm saying? Those are in the commandments. Those are in the commandments, man. Some of y'all think love is slapping the hell out of your wife. Some of y'all think it's love by causing harm to each other, and would say, you know, I love you. I told you that backhand was coming. No, that ain't love, bro. That ain't love. You know what I'm saying? Because we're instructed, man, before things get out of control, you're instructed to have counsel, man. You're instructed to wear out the doorsteps of wise men. That's what your wisdom tells you. Your wisdom doesn't tell you, you know what, let it get out of control and then just go in there and talk about why you got out of control. There ain't no growth there. Y'all, we have to understand, right? The test comes when it's there in that moment. It's not for you to revisit. If you stay on one track mind, man, if you stay uncloudy, unconfused by coming back to these laws, statutes, and commandments, our people would be on unison. We would have a clear understanding of how to treat each other. You know what I'm saying? I went to the store, man, to get a Red Bull. It was a Judite brother. I'm going to say a Benjamite because he had dreads. Going forward. He in there talking to Ishmael. What's up, buddy? How you doing, buddy? How you doing, buddy? He turn around, look at me. What's up, bro? That's our people. Oh, yeah. That's our people, bro. You don't know. Listen, man. I don't know how well he know him, but he didn't know his name. He kept calling him buddy. Guess what? Guess what the Ishmaelite did? Buddy. Hey, buddy. Nigga, they don't care about you. Like, you come in there. Where you at, man? Where my buddy at? They treat that nigga like he about to rob the store. They're like, back up, bro, back up. They trying to go through the little side thing. And then the dude come out. He like, buddy. He like, hey, buddy, you want a bite? They don't listen, bro. And they have the nerve to look at me, right? This is the first time I ever saw that brother, so I know damn sure this is the first time he ever saw me, right? He looked at me, what's up, bro? You know what I'm saying? You know why? Because he don't know, right? I look a certain way, right? So he don't know our people have this, we rifle between showing masculinity to each other, right? All right, let me show this nigga I'm not a victim. What's up, homie? Right? But with Ishmaelite, it was buddy. Take my money. You know what I'm saying? Take it. But with me, he has to give off a certain vibe, right? Because he's thinking next, hey, homie, where you from? He's thinking that's going to come next. Listen, I could care less. Right? I could care less, man. You know, so our people have to get back, right, to being sober-minded, right? We have to come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments because it gives us, right, the mental unity on how to love each other, how to treat each other with love, and what that entails, right? And more importantly, when we start doing that, we can get the hell up out of here, right, and prepare for the kingdom, man. Prepare for what it's really supposed to be like for the Israelites, for the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans scattered across the four corners of the earth. You know? We're supposed to be like that, man. Y'all can hear it in the back. Esau hates it. Esau hate that. He's back there saying, no. We're killing each other. We keep killing each other. Right? We have to step it up. We have to get back to understanding where our rightful place is in the eyes of the Most High, man. you know. And when you see us on the block, when you see them Israelites on the block teaching, spending that lovely Saturday, right? While everybody's watching all of the fights, all of the playoffs, going to the Super Bowl, right? While we out there teaching you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to come back to your law, statutes, and commandments and start loving each other and caring about each other and start getting back to your God, come ask us the questions. Come ask us why we think what we think, right? Because we're not out here to lead anybody astray. Listen, I've been in SICARII for 3 years, right? The first thing I was told when I got here was question everything. Your pastor don't tell you to ask questions in church. That nigga go to Psalms and he stay there. Then after that, we're going to John 3:16. And then after that, I'm going to remind y'all that Jesus died on the cross. And his blood was shed for us to eat this pork in the back. Right? That's what's going to happen, man. That's what she's going to hear. But we're out there every Saturday ready to take on anybody and any doctrine, right? To prove to the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that your God is here in his Bible, right? This is your God and none else. That is good news within itself, right? Then when you get to the gospel, it get real good, right? But yeah, man, that's our class today. You know, you got last precept. That's that. We not finished. You know what I'm saying? The boy crazy. Go ahead. It better be good.
This is the book of SICARII, chapter 6 and verse 36. Mm-hmm. And if thou seest a man of understanding,
right? If you see a man of understanding, right? You know what, man? I don't know what I should do, right? This is for women too, right? This is for women too. If you don't have a head, right, and you know there's Israelites on your corner, if you know where to go to talk to them Israelites, you go over there and get some understanding, right? Go ahead.
Get thee bedtimes unto him.
Right? Get thee bedtimes unto him, man. That means talking to him. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Get thee betimes unto him, and let thy foot wear the steps of his door.
And let the foot wear the steps of the doors. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, my reader, he got on the clear blue blockers. So it's double. You know what I'm saying? It's double. Well, go ahead.
Verse 37. Let thy mind be upon the ordinances of the Lord.
Right? The ordinances of the Lord. Right? Listen, man, you got them. We got them. They're here, your first 5 books. Right? And all throughout the Bible, man. Go ahead.
And meditate continually in his commandments.
Meditate continually in his commandments, man. We got to meditate on this word all the time. Right? You got to keep reminding yourself of your moral compass, of getting that. Right? Go ahead.
He shall establish thine heart and give thee wisdom.
And give thee wisdom, right? Our people keep thinking the money is the problem, money is the solution, right? That hot wife is the solution. That rich husband is the solution, right? My 6'7" son that's about to go to college is the solution, right? My star tennis daughter is the solution. Y'all got to remember, wisdom is the most valuable thing you can have. You don't need $20 million if you have the wisdom to make $1 billion, right? You don't need that, just theoretically, right? What's the point of having $20 million if everybody can con you out of your money because you don't got the wisdom to keep that money? How many of these black athletes, right? How many of them go broke? Listen, man, all of these brothers in here combined salary is not no $750,000 a year. You know what I'm saying?
See his face?
You know,
we had to count.
Hold on, we gotta do a revote. Hold on, we gotta do a revote. Well, brother, they hit a lick. You know, but I would see athletes. You know, let's just say a low ball, a basketball athlete, right? Might make $2 million a year. Right? They might make $2 million a year. How is that not enough when our people were surviving in slavery? Like hard bondage, right? We were able to figure things out then, right? That's what we were able to do. All of a sudden, we need so much money to be able to do things, right? There's a brother starting business in here, and to my recollection, he's not a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't take that much to start helping your people, man. And to figuring out whether or not you should help your people, right? Because when you go to the NBA, they tell you that they when you get advisors and stuff, they tell you, you know what? A lot of people gonna be asking for money. It's gonna be your relatives. You gotta tell somebody no. You gotta tell people no. That's what they tell you, right? They tell you gotta tell your mom no, your dad no, right? Oh, I'm only making $2 million this year. Okay, look, you gonna get a house. You got to put a down payment for that, and then you got to get you a chain, right? You got to get you a chain because you're gonna be going to these parties, and so that's $1 million right there, and a car, right? You got to get a car, right? So that's that might be $100, but that might be $1 million and 30,000 now. No, you gonna get a car, right. So you probably at 1.2 now. You know what I'm saying? Now it's $800,000 left over. They telling you, bro, you need to keep that. Listen, they're telling you
the agent and the finance guy and all them people are the ones that rob niggas.
Yeah. Hey, listen. Plenty agents, right? Listen, and even our own people. Mike Tyson used to say, Rodney King, I'm slacking. Don King was killing his pockets. Don King, like we remember Tyson, right? Was killing his pockets, man. You know? But yeah, man. Who says don't forget taxes? Yeah, man.
Tarai.
That's Tarai that said that? Yeah, well, shout out Tarai, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Yeah, man. It's glad to see you on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Good to see you on YouTube, brother. You know? All right. You know? We got I need a proverb, man.
We got that. Next.
What we going to?
We finish this and then we got one more.
Okay, go ahead. God. Continually in his commandments is where we was at.
Right. And let thy mind be upon the ordinances of the Lord, and meditate continually in his commandments. He shall establish thine heart.
He shall establish thine heart, right? Establish, right? If I establish business, right? If I establish a business, that means it's there, right? It's there and it's up and going, right? So establish our heart, La'ab, right? Establish our mind, man. Right? Go ahead.
And give thee wisdom at thine own desire.
Right? That's how you're going to be established, by the wisdom. Right? And it says at their own desires. At their own desires. Right? Go ahead. What you about to bring up? Proverbs 20 what?
21.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 21 and verse 20. There is treasure to be desired and oil in the dwelling of the wise.
Right? There's treasure to be desired, right? And oil in the dwelling of the wise, right? Treasure we know is valuable. Oil we know is valuable, right? We know it's valuable as hell, right? It's dwelling of the wise, man. It's there. That treasure, that information, that wisdom is there for you to grab. Right? It's just there for you to get. And the thing about wisdom, it's more accessible, right, than everything else that we go after. And it's the most valuable. It's the most valuable. Right? How you think all these These billionaires and millionaires, most of them come from the dirt. And when I say that, they didn't go to college for 5 years, 12 years, right? Even us, man, when we were inventing stuff, we were inventing things in hard bondage, right? Hard bondage, we were inventing things. You tell a nigga he can't eat for 12 hours, he can't think of nothing. He just want to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and but yeah, that's that. Is it more Proverbs? That Proverbs 20, 21 and 20?
Yeah. But a foolish man spendeth it up.
But a foolish man spendeth it up, man. A foolish man does the opposite of that. Of grabbing that and getting that information. Right? We're gonna pull out another translation for y'all, right? For some of y'all KJV non-lovers. Right? Go ahead. NLT.
God. This book of Proverbs, chapter 21 and verse 20 in the NLT. The wise have wealth and luxury.
Right? I mean, you can see that in the world. Right? You can see that in the world. You know what I'm saying? Right? People love somebody that's wise, that they can go and get information from, help them make decisions, give their wisdom that's tangible, right? Where there's no better information than the information you can receive and you can see the solution already. That's the best information, right? Go ahead.
But fools spend whatever they get.
The fools spend whatever they get. You know how $1 money burn in his pocket, right? Burn in his pocket. Listen, man, when I used to be on the block, I seen a nigga with $5 left. He spent it at the ice cream truck. What you doing? Nigga, the ice cream, $5 left at the ice cream truck. Just can't wait to spend it.
No loaf of bread, man.
Nothing, bro. Like, bro, hey, look, I'm short, bro. Only got 5 hots. Because back then, that's what we used to call it, right? Hots. Only got 5 hots. Next thing you hear, that nigga out there. Like he about to buy a whole bunch of. To get a bag of Latinos. He out there like he work at the airport. Niggas just, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. You know, I appreciate, you know, Sarge letting me watch his class. Letting me teach class today, man. It's been an honor to give you guys this lesson. You know, it's been an honor to be here with these brothers and teach this truth, man. It's an honor to get here to this point to teach the truth, to have fun teaching. Because when I first started out, I wasn't always around the brothers. You know what I'm saying? I always came and did the work, right? But when camp was over and it was time to hang out, you know, I would worry about the kids. Let me go to the kids, make sure they're not looking at white Jesus again. You know? You know what I'm saying? You know? And through the spirit, right? And through the spirit, I started to embrace brotherhood. And my wife started to actually keep my wishes. Right? Because I put my faith in doing what the Most High asks.
Bring that up.
You know? Like I said, man, it's you know, it ain't all fun and games with me, man. It ain't all jokes. You know? I do this to have a good time. I like to have a good time in righteousness, you know? And it's easier for me to actually show who I am as a person because I'm around brothers who are equally doing the same. Right? But yeah, man. And so, you got that Cash App $? All right, forget it. It's not there. You know what I'm saying? But if anybody, you know what I'm saying? Don't forget, we got, hold on. Let me get my shout outs, right? I want to give a big shout out to my leaders, right? Who are my elders, right? Gorilla Hebrew, right? You know, chief priest, you know, Urban Gorilla, you know, Deacon, right? The hottest rapper, Israelite rapper, you know. I said it, right? That's just how we feel here. So what, we bias, right? You know. But yeah, man, I want to give a big shout out to them, you know, Captain Tazamon, you know, and all of them, because we love them, you know what I'm saying? And they provide the ammunition we need, right, to continue this thing going on. It's all about that non being double minded, man. You know what I'm saying? We understand that we all in this together, you know, and so we go keep pushing this thing, man, collectively as a unit. I pray that none of these brothers stray. I pray that I don't stray. You know what I'm saying? I pray that the Most High keeps us diligent, you know. But yeah, man, that's my shout outs, and also a big shout out to my Sergeant Bazak. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him for letting me take his place today. I don't know if it's going to be 25,000 subscribers next week watching. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully it is, you know. But yeah, man, we want to say call Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shah. And with that, Shalom.
Shalom.